Hey everyone,
Hi guys, how are you?
we're here again,
Yes, we is again.
coming back at you
Mm-hmm.
about this KANNEKA Jenkins incident.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we could have hopped on it early, but we just decided to wait for a minute
Right.
and learn everything we need to learn about this incident.
Right.
This story is all over the place,
It is.
and probably everybody talking about it, which is a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because in every city, everybody can learn about this incident, and they're going to talk about this incident and make a difference in their household,
Mm-hmm.
because every household need to know about KANNEKA Jenkins and this incident. I mean, stuff like this been happening for a long time. Not stuff like people being put in the freezer,
Mm-hmm.
but just kids going out doing things and going places they didn't tell their parents, going different places. It's been happening,
Mm-hmm.
But first of all, I just want to say the prayers go out to her and her family,
Mm-hmm.
and I hope things get better for them. I hope they get all the information that they want to learn about this incident.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that whoever did it come clean. I hope the real results of this incident come to pass.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that's all I gotta say about that. We're gonna touch on a lot of things, and it's gonna be kind of long, but for those,
Or maybe not.
it could be, but for those who's listening, just tune in. We're gonna really, try to get into this.
Okay.
So I'm gonna let my wife go first.
Hi guys. Alrighty. So yeah, the situation that happened with this young lady, it's very tragic, and like my husband said, this is nothing new. As far as children going out, people going out, like people in general going out. I think it was for a birthday party, I believe. And so, I mean, there's a lot of hearsays and he said, she said, and this is what happened. And if you look at this, and if you do this and you do that. And one of the things that kind of caught my eye, sorry guys, I'm using the other thing, but one of the things that kind of caught my eye, dealing with this situation that happened, and I've heard a lot of things about, and I know this sounds really crazy and everything, but honestly, when you hear certain things, you have to kind of, in the back of your mind, you may think, okay, is that true? Is that right? Did that really happen?
Yeah, I want to say this real quick too. Sorry. I also want to say that there's a lot of he say, she say, a lot of skeptical stories going around. What could have happened, how it may have happened.
Mm-hmm.
We're not really gonna get into how it may have happened.
Yes.
We're not really
because we
gonna
weren't
speak
there.
on it.
Nobody was there. Not even I don't even believe the friends are speaking
Right.
on it, and which is very sad.
Right.
Which is very sad.
Well, they speaking on it, but I say nobody really
Knows what happened to you.
They don't know what happened, but even the friends, I don't really think they really being truthfully honest, or they don't truly even know.
Maybe they were too intoxicated to where they can't remember.
Right.
Or maybe some of them do know and they don't want to face jail time.
Right.
You really don't know what happened there. We don't know what happened, and of course, dealing with the tragic situation that happened, and there were things that happened, I'm sure, in the past with other people, and it's unsolved mysteries, and everybody wants to know what happened to certain people and things. it's difficult. It's a very difficult situation and very bizarre.
Right.
That's what's really drawing, I think, the headlines, is the fact that it's a very bizarre case. It would be different if, hate to say it, it would be different if she was, killed in another way. Okay, in the story, it's sad that it happened, but we know what happened.
Right.
But because of the fact that it was a young lady, 19 years of age, I believe, 19 years of age, and somehow walked herself into a freezer, really is very bizarre, and especially because of the fact that it was in a hotel to where a lot of people go into,
right.
a lot of cameras, and for some reason, no one knows what's going on. It's very, very bizarre. Very, very bizarre.
So we're not really going to get into all the stories.
Yeah.
But we're going to really talk about...
Because you can see them on YouTube.
Right.
I mean, you could dissect this thing yourself and see it on YouTube.
We just going to talk about,
different situations and things that I've noticed around certain situations and certain unsolved mysteries and things that's kind of like, okay, what are you talking about? Cases, I guess, because if you know me or if you know a little bit about myself, I kind of like to dissect certain things. I kind of like to find certain unsolved things and look into things like maybe conspiracy or whatever, because you never know. I mean, it could happen. Things can happen, and things aren't always told to us. So, which may be a good thing in a certain way. But go ahead and continue.
Go ahead and get into it.
Okay. So one of the things that I was mentioning was, which was a very bizarre case, because during this time that this situation has happened, there's been tons of videos. YouTube, Facebook is major, just jam-packed full of it. Like, you can't get on your timeline without seeing one thing, without seeing somebody saying, look at that, look at that, look at that, and everything. And I'm not saying that that's not true, that's not the truth or whatever, but I feel that we all know about this case and we all hear about it. But one of the things that kind of really stood out to me, and that I've heard of in the past, and that I talked to my husband about before I even heard about somebody else mentioning it, was someone taking people's organs. And I know that we've heard about that, heard little things, and we don't really want to think about things like that, because that's really, really bizarre, and that's something that's really, really, like, what is it? I want to say demonic, almost, like you're killing someone.
It's
monstrous, right? That somebody would literally kill someone for what's inside of them. You know what I mean? Right. To get a profit. But it does happen, and there has been cases where people, would be, missing, and somehow missing eyeballs, missing organs, their body is stuffed with newspaper, and it's like really, really bizarre. But yeah, so one of the things that they were talking about was, maybe they put her in a freezer to keep certain things fresh and things like that. And if you noticed on our channel, there's a lot of stories and a lot of videos that I posted on there, and me and my husband posted on there purposely to kind of edge you on to what we're talking about today. And again, we're not going to really go into detail about a lot of things, because you could see it on the internet. You could see it on our Facebook time. Do you believe that the video of the walking into the freezer, or do you think that is fake? Okay, I'll get into that 1 second some more. I'll get into that 1 second some more. But the organ not the organ transplant, but the organs, as far as how much they are worth. Now, I looked up how much are organs worth. I'm actually going to put it right here on the timeline so you guys can be able to see it. But I looked it up as far as how much organs are worth. How much do people say, you're going to get some money for this? Because I know, on our license it says, oh, would you like to be a donor? Or would you like to do this? And, oh, it's so great to be a donor. And I'm not saying that it's not. I personally am not a donor. Only because I don't know what I'm donating. You know what I mean? And not to be kind of like a way about it. I'm trying to post it. It's not allowing me to do it. Okay, whatever. But anyway, not to be a certain type of way about it. It's just, I'm kind of, it's very eerie to me just to be like, I don't know. I know I'm dead and gone probably in that situation, but it's just whatever. But so I looked up how much our organs are worth, right? Now, I don't know how current this is. I don't know if this is a 2017 version, but it is giving me prices on on our organs, which again, like I said, is very bizarre. But it was talking about kidneys and liver and pancreas, heart and lungs. You know, you donate anything from your skin to your eyelids to your hair follicles, everything. And it's really, yeah, it's really weird and kind of eerie, because a lot of people, you don't have to necessarily put on your license that you want to donate, because all anyone has to do, and they have something called not the black market. I don't know if it's called
you said the red market.
The red market or something that's really eerie. I think it was like the red market or something, to where people would get people from other countries, right? So we've all seen like the movies of, what was it, Taken, where the young lady, she would be a prostitute, right? So in the same situation, they would take maybe young ladies that's trying to get jobs, you know, from other countries, trying to be maids, trying to be mail-in brides. You never know, you know, just trying to be in a better situation. It could be ladies or men trying to be in a better situation than they are in, and you really don't know the mindset of the person. The person could be over there harvesting other people's organs. We always wonder, and it's funny because this just came in my brain and my head, when people need new livers and hearts and things like that, and they're like, oh, you got a new liver. You never really ask, where does this come from? You know what I mean? Sometimes,
did it really come from that person?
Or did it really come from the person that you think that it came from? Because they can't really be like, okay, well, this is us cutting the person, and here's the heart, and here, you know what I mean? It's kind of eerie. It is sad.
Scary.
It's very scary. But, you know, okay, so again, like I said, I wanted to go and give you guys the prices, I guess.
I don't know if y'all seen that movie Awake.
Awake.
It's just like that movie Awake with who was in there? Terrence Howard.
Hi, Shay.
They was working on
Let me do
that
it.
man's body, and the man trusted that boy. And
I'll
the
just
girl,
post it on the thing.
yeah, that movie Awake. If you ever seen that movie Awake, they was trying to take his body parts, trying to kill him, trying to take his money and everything.
Mm-hmm. So I'm posting. I'm actually gonna post the pictures right now on our actual talk time with the Robinsons. I can't post it for some reason on the live, but okay. So bow. Okay, so the prices, and I hate to say it, like I hate to kind of bring it up so that way. Hi, Shay. I hate to say it. But it's just weird. It's very kind of eerie, because you never really realize, because a lot of people say that, and I'm reading it right now, how much are my organs worth? And it's saying you're better, you know, you're worth more dead than alive, which is very true. You know, the death and the birthing industry, hospitals and morticians, morgues and all that, it's a huge conglomerate, and a lot of people are like making a lot of money off of it. And okay, so let's get to it. All right, so I can't really read it because it's like so blurry. Whatever. Okay, so it's saying that. Why?
You can see it on there.
You can see it on this one?
Yeah.
There it is. Okay, so with a heart. Okay, now it's going to different countries as well. I'm sorry I'm tilting my head. I'm trying to read it. For South Korea, it's for a heart in South Korea, $290,000. Now I'm guessing that they're, since I see the dollar sign and not anything else, I'm guessing that they're pricing it based off the U.S. dollar, because as you guys know, when you go to other countries, the U.S. dollar may be higher or lower. So I'm freeballing it. Like I said, the what I'm saying right now, you could actually see it on our talk time with the Robinsons right now. So yeah, the heart, I think the major arteries are like the most amount of money, like heart, lung, pancreas, things like that. What are they saying right here? Singapore for the lung, same thing, $290,000. And I hate for myself to kind of market it like that, but I think it's very important for us to kind of know, okay, look,
what they say in Iraq.
Iraq, a kidney is $20,000. I'm guessing, like I said, I'm guessing it's because, hey, Raven, hey, niece, how you doing?
Hey.
I'm guessing it's because you're shipping maybe that organ to another, from that other country to there. What else does it say? It says, it may seem that organs fetch a high price, but the truth is live organ donors are, what does it say? Are only compensated with $1,000 to $3,000 in post-op treatment at best. Some receive nothing. Wow. So if you donate your particular liver, something that you can still live with, you're really not getting as much as a person would be getting if you were passed on. I don't know exactly why that is. That's kind of skeptic too, but I mean, again, like what organ thieves? Yes, we are talking about organ thieves, man. And the reason why we're bringing it up is because, again, like I said, with the whole situation with the young lady passing,
yeah, they're killing people in other countries for money.
They are, and I hate to sound morbid about it. You know how like on your Facebook sometimes people post things that's kind of like you're not supposed to see it. Now Facebook has it to where you have the option of actually not seeing it, and you can exit out of it, which I'm so grateful for because I hate to see stuff like that. But in the past I've seen certain things and I was like, why are they doing that to that person? I don't get it. The freezer situation, yeah, exactly. The freezer situation. It's kind of eerie. It's kind of eerie, but
I mean, that's if this happened. We don't know. This happened, and they did take the organs out. Which, in one of the videos, they said that when the mama viewed the body, she didn't even lift up the shirt.
No, it was a cloth on her. It was a cloth covering up from the neck down.
So she couldn't even see.
But they told her not to do it, though.
Right. Rather they took any organs or not.
I'll be looking all through that.
So...
okay.
So now it's a mystery. Yeah. Nobody knows whether that was the reason, whether that was the setup or anything, why that baby was in the freezer. And why did they defrost it? Right. And then, why would you defrost there's another video... Right. If anybody's seen it, there's another video where it's talking about the lady. It was the same freezer, and the lady showed you that it's impossible for her to open up that door by herself. If anybody's seen that video, outside. It closed from the outside, so somebody had to put her in there and close it.
Yeah, stuff embodied with newspaper. Yeah, there's been like there's a young man funny enough in Vegas, I guess, and it's weird because I have to post a video of that. But there was a young man in Vegas, and he was like an actor or something, like a hopeful actor, I guess. Right. And he was somehow found in the Vegas desert without his organs. Right. And I was like, okay, what? And so I looked it up, looked all through it, and funny enough, if you hear it on the news, it somehow has to be true because according to the news, they can't tell a lie, but
So it had to be a setup.
I think so.
And that video that you seen, I seen another video with some guy examining the video, and when you look at the picture of the girl, she's skinnier than the girl in that video when she was walking through the hallway. The girl was fat.
Yeah, Raven, you remember that?
She wasn't fat. She was like.
Let me put that out there too.
She's like thick. She thick. Her body is thick.
The lower part, her thighs and everything.
Her thighs and everything is thick from the original girl.
But see, I don't
KANNEKA Jenkins.
Like I said, I didn't really want us to so much like try to focus on
But we're gonna talk about it, but we ain't saying that's what happened.
Yeah, that's true.
But we know that that's out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, she was thick. She wasn't fat. She was thick.
Mm-hmm.
Like with the girl that was inside of when they showed the video of her walking in the hallway drunk.
Raven.
Yeah.
Yeah, she wasn't fat.
Yeah. But yeah, so it just make no sense. We know that that's what you seen, but it's a possibility somebody probably paid the woman that was in there. She probably was a lookalike. And
I mean, you never know.
And was walking through that hallway drunk.
You never know. If it's really big conglomerate, if it's a really big, like, if it's dealing with, I feel like if it's dealing with like a city, or they would do everything at all costs. They would try their best to cut every single corner.
Right.
To the point to where they would hire people or do certain things so that way no one would get in trouble. What we got going on could still be going on, and especially because of the fact it's in Chicago, right?
Right.
Because of the fact that in Chicago, a lot of young women and I think a lot of black young women end up missing.
They ended up missing
for just no reason. It's weird.
Right.
It's really. I'm not here for it, but
right.
Yeah, it's really weird, and a lot of people's been talking about. Let me see if I can find it. Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to find a lot of stuff. It has been. Oh, there he is. Okay. But yeah, a lot of people have been talking about the fact that these young girls are end up missing. Where are they at? You know, it's just really weird and kind of eerie. Like, I don't know.
Now, I don't know how. I haven't checked it out, but then somebody said that something like the same thing happened out here in Sacramento. The same thing. I haven't checked it out in the same kind of hotel too. Like somebody died in the freezer. Now somebody told me that was hearsay. I never looked it up. But you know, how we know that's not a setup? You know, how do you know? You know, yeah. and it just looked funny. And just because all the proof is not out there, that don't mean it don't point towards that.
Right. True. So the ending result is because we're talking about situations that happen with not just young ladies, but just people in general, and you know you're hearing on YouTube and Facebook and just conversations around the table of your household and talking about, you want to be careful of your surroundings. You want to be careful of the people you so-called friends, because you never know in any situation what people will do in desperation.
Right.
What people will do for money, what people will do to get out of a situation, what people will do to oh wait, let me answer your question real quick, Samara. I'm sorry. Your first question. We'll get to what we saying. I'm sorry, dear. I have a question. Do you believe the video of her walking into the freezer, or do you think it's fake? I haven't seen a video of her walking into a freezer yet.
Well, she didn't. Did she walk into the freezer?
I need to see this young lady literally walk into the freezer.
Because I didn't see her literally walk
and close herself in. I saw her go into a kitchen.
She was walking in different areas, but that's what I'm saying.
I didn't see her.
That could be a setup. That could be somebody else.
I don't know.
In order for me to believe that, I got to literally see the girl open the door and walk in and close it. I didn't see that, so it's not even for sure that's it, that she did that. It's not even for sure. They just saying stuff just to get the heat off them, because they probably being paid off by somebody. And think about it, like there could be a doctor involved that came there, and they had to get the organs out of the body before the end of the night. And they just left her in the freezer like somebody just raped her and did her scandalous. But then again, the friends knew that she was finna die, because it could have been
a setup.
It could have been a setup, The friends knew that she was finna die, so they didn't even if the girl got raped, you know, they didn't care if she got raped, because they like she finna die anyway.
Do you
So
really think
when
that might have happened?
it could have happened. And then next thing you know, they was, by the end of the night when they done raping her, whoever need to stick her in the freezer, they stuck her in the freezer, and when the party was over, the professionals that paid them off took their whatever organs they needed before the end of the night.
Mm-hmm.
It's a possibility that could have happened.
Mm-hmm.
So you just never know what's going on. I just really want to speak on it. It's sad. I hear a lot of videos where people saying you don't know your friends, and you just need to teach your kids to not do this and not do that. That's right. All of that's right.
Mm-hmm.
You do need to teach your kids not to do certain things, and you do need to teach your kids to be more responsible. And if they have a good upbringing, then they won't end up in situations like that. But that all is not necessarily true.
Yeah, that's not true.
You can raise your kids right, but let me tell you something. We all have done it, where we went out with our friends and we told somebody that we was going here, but we went somewhere else. I don't care how good your kid is. I don't care how much you teach your kid. Mm-hmm. One day your kid gonna go the opposite way of where they told you they was gonna go.
Exactly.
We all have done it. I have told my mom when I was a kid, 15, 16 years old, I was going to a party down the street. I was like, look, Mom, I'm finna go to this party and went somewhere else, or I'm finna go to the movies and went to a party somewhere else, and you
don't give a heads up to your mother.
Don't even tell her. Don't even let her know.
So she's thinking you're in this one place.
Right.
And if something were to happen to you, that's the place where she would go.
Right. And not only that, just because you take your kid to the school don't mean your kid is staying in the school grounds.
Because there's been many a cut days.
Your kid can go cut and be like, I want to go to the mall. I want to go kick it with this woman. I want to go kick it with this man.
Yeah. Right.
You don't know what's going on just because you see them being dropped off at school, or you see them being dropped off at the movie theaters.
Truth.
Or you see them being dropped off
at
a party.
Yes.
So you say to yourself, I know that this person is here because I seen it. That don't necessarily mean nothing.
Can I say one? I don't know if y'all used to do this. I used to do this sometimes. Like where my mom would drop me off at like school or at like a friend's house or whatever and all this other type of stuff, and she would see me wear one thing, and then either my friends would have the switch of clothes or I would have the switch of clothes underneath the clothes, because parent, like at least my mom is so, oh my gosh, she's just like, what are you wearing now? You need it now. But yeah, so like I would be switching the clothes up. So that would be the last thing that my mom will remember me wearing. Oh, you're wearing sweats. Okay, right. You're going to the movies with some sweats on, and I take the sweats off, and it's just shorts and little and all this stuff like that. We try to be cute,
right?
Trying to catch up and stuff and all that. But it happens. I can give an example of myself, because I will. And so, being my best friend at the time, quote, quote, in high school and stuff like that, we always used to hang out, get in trouble together, and just be doing stupid. And the stupid thing about it was she graduated on time, I did not. But she did the work, and I sat up there and was like, but anyway, so she wanted to, and see, this situation with the young lady could have been me, it could have been her, and it could have been our other friend that we were hanging out with. So we decided to chill. I don't even know why we did this. It was so stupid. We decided to chill with some random dude, just like some random guy and his friend, and we went with him and in their car. It was like a Benz or something, just like something fancy or whatever. And we went over there by what was that place called? Emeryville, but it's like the Berkeley Shore, whatever that is over there. Anyway,
Right.
we went far away, and they stayed the night I stayed the night in the car, and my two friends went off with the two dudes doing, the dirt and stuff. And so they stayed literally all night almost. And when we went back to, I think it was my friend's house, my mom didn't know where I was. At that time, we didn't have no cell phones. I think around that time, like, none of us had any cell phones. Cell phones really weren't like hot like that. Maybe it was, but we didn't have one. And I went back to school with the same clothes I was wearing the other day, and come to find out, my mom called the police on the missing persons report, which she should have, which was good, because the police officer was like, "Are you Alana?" I said, "Yes."
Hold on. Yeah, I do think that she was wrong. They was wrong for that, and I mean, that's what make it look so suspect. The whole thing so suspect, because it's like, why can't she see the surveillance?
Mm-hmm.
Why y'all can't give her an answer about what's going on with her daughter, or if the daughter even there? Why can't you do that when she was there? And we know y'all got cameras. Every hotel got cameras. Mm-hmm. So what the heck going on?
You know good and well they seen that stuff. You know good and well they seen that young girl walking down the hall. She was the only young girl walking down the hall somebody seen walking down the hall being disoriented and flopping all over the place. You know good and well hotels have security so they could be able to check it.
Right.
And if at that time they didn't have security, then that's something that needs to be brought up with the company. Like, why even have the cameras if you don't have anybody to watch it?
Right.
You're supposed to be watching what's going on.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But yeah, I think that
what was you saying? No?
I don't even remember now.
But
it wasn't that important, I guess.
I wanted to get into this though, but one thing about my mom that she always taught me is that be careful of nothing. Meaning, when I was with my friends, or anytime I went around people, or I ran around anybody, I'm careful. You know what I'm saying? Just because things don't look like it's gonna happen, don't mean it's not gonna happen. Mm-hmm. Just because stuff it'll never happen to me. In that time that it happened to you, it's too late. Mm-hmm. Just like I seen in one video, somebody just got done saying, "Oh, that's crazy that people believe this lady's organs. That's just some crazy stuff." Like, okay, so you want to walk around believing that people ain't out there taking organs, and then one day you wake up and your organs being took out? Mm-hmm. Oh, I believe. Oh, it's too late now. Mm-hmm. Your organs is gone, brother. You see your kidneys being taken out and everything.
A thing full of ice and a bathtub.
And all you had to do is just believe that it was out there.
Mm-hmm.
Believe that stuff like that happened to people.
It doesn't take much for you to at least think in the back of your head that could happen.
Better pay attention. Everybody out there turning up. Turning up, being under the influence. You can't think for yourself. And then next thing you know, you wake up in the back of somebody's van talking about, "Oh, what the heck was going on?"
But see, remember when I was talking to you about,
why I got holes in my body?
You rude.
Sorry.
Anyway, remember what I was talking about? Remember when I was talking about how, right. Remember when I was talking about how, nowadays, because marijuana and all that's just basically legalized, right? Mm. And like different drugs and stuff like that legalized, right? So then now there has to be some sort of other type of way for people to make money.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
And how do we know people aren't selling body parts?
Yeah.
I mean, certain parts of the country, maybe even, doing the hooker stuff and all this other type of stuff. Right. Other people making money other type of way and everything. So, right. I mean, it looks like to me, like with the organ situation, people making a lot of money off of it. Right. And
another thing I want to say before we close this up, is that my mom always taught me to pray. Also, pray all the time. Even the Bible says, "Pray without ceasing." That means pray all the time without ceasing. Pray all the time. That means always talk to God. That's the only way you can pray without ceasing. Is always talking to God for whatever you finna get ready to do. And just because you teach your kid, I want to say to the parents, just because you teach your kid a certain thing and because you in so much detail, don't think they might not go outside of your teaching. They might just go outside of your teaching.
And that doesn't make you a bad parent.
And right, exactly.
It does not make you a bad parent.
But it's on you to pray for your child. Just in case your child do something that's outside of what you taught them or what you telling them not to do, just in case, you pray. If your kid going to work because they old enough, they 18, 19, KANNEKA Jenkins, 19. I don't care how old they is. At that point, all you can do is suggest things. You know what I'm saying? All you can do is suggest that you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that to your child. But if they going against that, and if you feel like they going against that, pray for them. Pray, Father God, keep your blood over my child. My child might not be listening to me. My child might be just doing whatever she want to do.
Or he.
He or she might be doing whatever they want to do. And I'm asking you to protect them and keep them out of harm's way. You know what I'm saying? And who's to say the mom wasn't doing that? I mean, this is what I believe in. And this is what I see have worked. And I believe that it worked for me because there's been situations where I didn't went to parties and I got shot at.
See, and that's you being at you telling your mom or whatever that I'm gonna be here, I'm gonna be able to do this, I'm going here, I'm going there, but you don't know the intentions of people that's in the surroundings. Okay,
I didn't shoot. I'm from Oakland, California. We didn't got shot at. We didn't got guns pulled out. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have to jump out of a window because they were shooting in the household. I'm right there dancing on a female. Hey, oh, dude. Me and my friends jumping out the window because we don't want to get shot. Okay?
Wrong place, wrong time.
So all I'm just saying is, in that time, I believe my mom was praying for me. My mom was praying for me. I know my mom is a firm believer of prayer. Okay? And all I'm just saying, even if you don't believe in prayer, just try it for your child. Because your child will go against what you tell them from time to time. Don't think because your child is doing a certain thing in your face that they like that when they away from you. They can be doing whatever, and you already know that your kid's probably cussing and all type of stuff when you're not around, saying all type of stuff. Because we all done it. We all was cussing and stuff, thought we was bad when we wasn't around our moms and dads and stuff.
Trying to be cool.
Or doing things, going places, doing all type of bad things that we ain't supposed to be doing, knowing we wasn't raised like that. And all I'm just saying is the best thing you can do for your child when your child is not in your watch or you can't see your child is pray for your child. Pray for protection for your child. You can do all this teaching, but if you ain't praying and you ain't praying that your child is getting it in their head, then all that teaching means nothing.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
Can I also add on?
Go ahead.
I feel like pray for your child, but also teach your child to recognize their surroundings.
Right.
And to teach your child to pray when they feel unsafe.
Yeah.
Because you don't know if like I said, wrong place, wrong time. Also, you don't know what their friends are into.
Right.
Because their friends might be into something and got a hit on them. And because you around that friend, now you with the hit.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you just minding your business, going down the street to get yourself a cold pop.
Right.
And you gonna get popped because of the fact that you with this person that did something to somebody and they didn't tell you.
Right.
You know, because they were just like, oh, I got that nigga. I got that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's a whole new day. You can't just go out and get people and think it's over.
Right. So,
No.
We just
Okay.
want to say that the main thing is just pray. Because I see a lot of videos with people saying maybe it's just bad parenting. You ain't teaching your kid this, and that.
No.
You know, sometimes you teaching your
you
kid
doing
right.
everything right.
But your kid just doing the wrong thing.
Just wanna do it though.
Just doing the wrong thing.
Just wanna do it.
And that's where it takes prayer. It takes prayer.
Prayer and patience.
Leave it in God's hands. Mm. Because you can't do it all, whether you feel that you can do it or not.
Right.
You know? And so we just want to say that. We praying for KANNEKA Jenkins
and her family.
And we hoping that...
And her friends.
We helping you or helping who all listening. Share this with somebody that you know that got a kid that's around KANNEKA Jenkins' age or younger. Or just to anybody, because this can happen to really anybody. It could happen
to 30-year-olds, us,
you know,
our age range, 40, 50. What you could be going to the gas tank,
right?
It don't matter. People crazy. It's a whole new day,
right? So just you know,
yeah.
So all I'm just saying is just we doing this because we love you.
Yeah.
And you know, this needed to be talked about, and I don't really hear nobody talking about it on this level.
Yeah.
Where we just saying, just pray for your child.
Pray for your children
when your child is going out.
And the friends.
This stuff is real.
Yeah.
This stuff is real. This happens. Mm-hmm. You know, and it shouldn't have to take for something like this to happen to KANNEKA Jenkins for people to really recognize it. Mm-hmm. You know, and there's still people out there that don't believe that, you know, that stuff like organs being taken and stuff like that happen. But this is it. Mm-hmm. I believe that's what.
And
happened.
I'm sure people didn't believe that a 19-year-old will lock herself in a freezer.
Right.
I'm sure they didn't believe that can happen too.
Right. So, all I'm just saying, we don't know the story. We don't know what happened, but it happened. That girl was inside of that freezer. They tried to cover it up, but nobody's stupid. All right? Nobody's stupid. Use your common sense. Use your own common sense. That gut
feeling that you feel.
You know, so we just thank you for listening and share it. Mm-hmm. Tell about the other sites.
Yeah. Well, you guys are already on Facebook, so yeah, share that. On Talk Time with the Robinsons on Facebook, Talk Time with the Robinsons. We also have a YouTube channel, Talk Time with the Robinsons, TTTR. If you're nasty. No, it's really no. So Talk Time with the Robinsons. We also have an Instagram as well. Talk_time_with_the_Robinsons. Period. That's what
All right. Thank you for tuning in.
All right, guys.
We're gonna come back to you again.
Yes.
Next Saturday or Sunday. You just never know. All right.
All right, guys. Have a great night. Be safe.
Bye-bye.
Bye.